We might as well just do like an... Alright. You know something? Alright.
This episode is going to go up on the same day as a much better episode.
It's true. So, you know something we can do? We can at least explore the Predacons.
Alright, this is a supersode. This is Hal and Dave's big supersode of Beast Wars.
Yeah, we might have to split this up or something.
No, it's just going to take me several hours to upload it, but...
Alright, let's see who we've got. Alright, I'm just going to do this one. Alright. Megatron, Scorponok, Inferno. Yep, Black Arachnia. Hold it. Let's see something.
So do you know the story of why Black Arachnia looks the way she does?
A stripper, of course.
Yeah, they went to the strip club. They originally Black Arachnia and her toy was going to be a repaint of Tarantulas, but then apparently the artists went to the strip club and they were like, "We need to make Black Arachnia sexy," and thus our Spider Vixen came to be.
Yep. Let's play the big purple dinosaur.
Venus Terzo, and with a name like that, you have to be hot.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. Nah, but in general,
pass me the RAM.
The RAM.
Need more RAM to play this game.
Okay, let's see.
We're professional. Trust us.
All right, I'm seeing if I can like do anything else.
No, I mean you can try to attack. I played this game on various different occasions because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, but my friend did, and so he had this game, and I remember I always wanted to play it because it was Beast Wars.
Well, yeah.
And at the time I didn't realize it was a terrible fucking game.
Of course it was. No,
like that Power Rangers game that we played, and like Ninja Turtles and stuff. Well, Power Rangers was meh. It had like one attack.
Oh
button.
look,
what the hell is that?
It looked like one of the enemies from Mega Man X.
Like Power Rangers was meh. It had one attack button. Turtles was actually very good. It had lots of combos in it. But this game is legitimately not good.
Infuriating.
Is it? Yeah, that's a good word. I don't think I ever played it this long. I think I gave up before we hit an hour.
Well, right now we're just in the Beast. We're talking about Beast Wars, and at this point, I want to keep doing it. But okay, so there's actually some other good mainframe shows. One I would recommend is Shadow Raiders, aka Battle Planets. That one is actually a pretty solid dark sci-fi show. And
was that also a 3D CG show?
Well, it's made by Mainframe, so yes.
I would assume so, but I don't know if they had a 2D animation branch.
No, they never did. That was kind of their thing. And they're now known as Rainmaker Studios, so that's what they're called. So if you were ever wondering what happened to them. But now, there was attempts to bring back Reboot before then. There was attempts at a comic continuation, an online comic continuation, I might add.
See, I never really saw too much of Reboot. I know it was on Toonami when I was big into it, but I was mostly, like, anything that wasn't anime was just filler until the next new episode of Dragon Ball Z for me.
I probably should explain. When I got back to the States, Beast Wars was on the same channel every morning with 3 other shows. It was Reboot, Beast Wars, and the forgotten summer child of 80s reboots, Vortec. Now, you might be wondering what Vortec is.
That sounds like a terrible sexual fetish.
It kind of does, actually, but I'll explain. Vortec...
You might want to switch to Beast Mode.
I probably should switch to Beast Mode. And look at this model of Barney.
Oh, man.
He's just ugly as sin.
So, in my college, I knew a guy who did some amazing dinosaur models using ZBrush and made a game demo out of it.
That is awesome.
And it was interesting because not too long after that, I think it was like Ark Survival Evolved or whatever that was, came out, and it looked just like the demo he made. I'm like, wait, did you work on this? And I guess not. I guess it was just a similar concept. Well, it was fair. Like you were like a caveman and you had to build a house or something to defend yourself against dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's fair. No,
I would love to see them do like some crazy reboot thing where you have like Beast Wars Transformers. Kind of like, okay, so like the scene in Revenge of the Fallen at the beginning where you see primitive men and interacting with the Transformers. Sort of like that, only it's Beast Wars. And so there's like a Tyrannosaurus that comes out and the primitive men are like, oh my god, what is that? And then all of a sudden it turns into a robot.
That would be great. Now, okay, so Vortec is actually, Vortec is actually a kind of a redoing of a classic concept from the 80s. Now I'm gonna say I'll give you 3 guesses on what like gimmicks the toys had. It's based on a classic 80s cartoon toy commercial, so you got like 3 guesses here.
You want me to guess?
Sure.
Vortec. Okay, it's based on Toyland. So when I hear Vortec, I think of something like Exo Squad.
Nope.
Okay. What was that one show with the guys with like different armors?
Centurions.
Centurions. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Am I getting warmer?
A little bit. You're near.
Okay, Vortec. Dragonflies, Maximize.
No, you are off. That's not 80s, but I'll reveal. It's Mask. The whole gimmick of the toy line was that they were tiny.
Transforming trucks?
Transforming cars that transform into other...
Not into robots, but they transform into weapons platforms. What are you doing, by the way?
I'm trying to figure out where to go, because...
I mean, I am equally lost, but... Okay, look at the mini-map. Okay, we're going to learn to read a map today. So there is a door clearly marked by the edge of the green area that you haven't been to. So you need to travel back down south to that main route. Okay, straight ahead. Nope, stop. Over there, to the right.
Right here?
Yeah, in here.
Okay.
And then go to the right, and then go to the right. So straight ahead, and then to the right. Because that's going to lead you, because you hit a switch. Nope. That's backwards.
Okay.
Alright. Hal is backseat driving.
This is insane, but okay.
There you go. Because you hit a switch, which hypothetically opened the door
that was where it opened.
Yeah, so go there.
Okay.
There you go. You cleared the energy barrier.
Alright, fair.
Megatron, terrorize! So, it always seemed kind of goofy to me as a kid that they had to shout out the transformation thing.
I
guess I was a little more savvy at that time, because obviously, like, as a kid, you just eat that shit up.
Well, the thing about it is that they want people to remember the names of the Autobots and Maximals and Predacons.
I mean, I admit, even at my age, I spent several minutes earlier today just YouTubing the different He-Man. I have the power. Because I was checking out the He-Man cartoon from 2002, which was a reboot, and I'm like, why was this not a massive thing? I realized I knew it existed when I was growing up. I knew it existed, but I didn't really watch it because at the time I had discovered anime, and anything that wasn't anime sucked.
Well, of course, you were an edgy teenage overlord.
I was definitely.
But no, so He-Man, that's an unfortunate case of bad toy distribution.
Yeah, the animation or the art was stunning. I just watching it last night. I love the sharp lines and the way the shadows went to black.
Well, when they brought back the He-Man toy line after that, they brought it back as action statues, which were these cool, like, they weren't really posable because action statues, but they were customizable statues, and they were really neat in that art style. But the problem with He-Man...
Wait, don't touch that.
I'm not going to touch that because I don't want to die.
Megatron suddenly has a death wish. Whoa!
Oh, God. You die.
Is that not an Energon pit? Is there any way to look down? Okay. If I remember right, hold L2.
Okay.
Actually, no, don't experiment with this here. Get back to, like, a safe spot so we can try this. Try holding L2 and then pressing the directional buttons. Yeah! That's how you move the camera.
I'm just gonna move over.
That looks like it possibly death. What do you think? Death?
Alright.
My money's on death.
Alright, I think it looks like death. Well, it actually also looks like...
Something crawled out of it, too, so... okay.
That was death.
It was death.
That was death, Destroyer of Worlds. It wasn't very clear.
And so the Predacon Warlord Megatron died in a tiny pit in the desert.
It sounds like a Season 1 episode.
Oh no!
But nah, He-Man.
Yes.
He-Man really. See, the reboot of He-Man wasn't even killed by cartoon or low rating. It was killed by poor toy distribution. Because what happened was that they pretty much put like 4 He-Mans to anything else in that toy line.
Oh yeah.
It was only He-Man and Skeletor and maybe like one other dude.
Skeletor. Because I was watching that and so you said Cam Clark played He-Man.
Yeah, and Adam.
That and Adam?
Yeah, both of them.
That's interesting because normally when I hear Cam Clark, I can hear Cam Clark. There's a certain sound to his voice. Like when I watch the old Ninja Turtles, I can hear him as Leonardo, and I'm like, that's Liquid Snake. But I didn't quite hear him there. That's interesting.
Nope, that was Cam Clark.
He's good.
No, dude, he did both in Adam and He-Man, and
I appreciate that. I think that's how it should be. So, who are we taking next time?
I'm doing Inferno. He's my personal favorite.
So I hear that Inferno was originally a Megatron design.
Yes, Megatron was gonna be killed off, and Inferno was gonna take his place.
Man, going from T-Rex to Fire Ant, that's kind of a downgrade.
That's what they thought. Admittedly, he started out as a crocodile in the toy line, if you look at it technically.
I had that toy.
Everybody did. I definitely did.
Yeah, it was a 2-pack with Optimus Primal as a bat.
Yep. I remember that because there was like a Toys R Us contest that was used to advertise that.
Okay, so we gotta solve the same puzzle here. We have to hit the switch.
We just gotta find a green switch.
I imagine that this game is semi-playable, that if you can figure out where the buttons are to open gates, that you can get through it.
I genuinely think this is frustrating only because it's to extend the gameplay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that it's good game design. I wonder how many testers they actually had on this.
Genuinely, it feels like this is rushed out because, look, this is all Season 1 design shit, and knowing Hasbro, they wanted this out to go with the Season 1 shit.
I wonder, because that's definitely a problem that one encounters, especially these days with a lot of licensed games. They have to be out in time for a movie or something like that. It was much more endemic to, like, the last generation of consoles.
You can't even climb the walls.
You're an ant. You can't even do it. You are a giant ant.
I'm a giant ant.
This reminds me of Fallout 3 where they had that quest of the giant fire ants.
Yes, it's true.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire.
You gotta go, kill the ant queen.
Well, like I said, and plus I hate this level design because it's so confusing. It's like everything looks the same, and it's very hard to tell what direction you're going in sometimes.
Yeah, it's not good level design.
It's really...
Okay, so wait, let's look at the wall for a second.
Okay.
Okay, notice how the wall texture... Okay, look a little bit to the right. The wall texture, twists.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And that is, I forget the technical term for that, but that is a result of the way the textures are processed by the system.
Okay.
And that is very common in PS1 games. Not so common in N64 games. They had a little better texture filtering, but still, definitely from the era, the textures kind of get distorted when they're viewed at an angle. And not really something we're ever going to see these days in the world of good graphics.
No, we don't. But
I was actually hanging out with some friends over the weekend, and we started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we started having some pretty good banter, and I was like, hey, you know what, that's a Let's Play if we recorded ourselves. But one of the guys was like, hey, the animation here doesn't look so good, and I'm like, what are you comparing it to? And he's like, God of War. God of War 4. And I'm like, that's not fair.
That is so
You can't compare anything to Sony's billion-dollar darling.
You can't really compare.
Much lower.
Our bar here is not set at all.
This is the first 3D game we've done on channel.
Yes, we have.
We've been recording for 56 minutes. Looking down.
Well, let me put it
If you're still here, Space Cadets, you deserve a cookie.
You deserve a cookie to just listen to our rants on Beast Wars and game design here. But no, I'm a huge fan of this series in general, and this is just
Beast Wars as a show is amazing.
Beast Wars is kind of now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of amazing how much they didn't do with Beast Wars overall compared to G1. Because there's no comic to Beast Wars until way later.
Yeah, I think... So what I've heard is one of the reasons why Beast Wars ended up having such a character-driven narrative was because it was expensive to create models and animations and transformations for all the characters, and so they could only afford to have a handful of characters. And so with a much smaller cast, they had to develop each one of them.
Basically.
Whereas G1 had everybody.
Yeah, G1 had everybody.
We're getting to the best talking hour in. Thanks for joining us, Space Cadets.
Yeah. in general, like G1 had like everybody. Beast Wars had to focus in on a bunch of like characters. And to tell you the truth, it's better. It made them a lot more memorable. Like, I would prefer Death Charge toy over Cliff Jumper toy, if I'm being honest. Not just because...
a lot of the Beast Wars toys were just better designed, because G1, they brought over different lines of Japanese toys and incorporated them into a single Transformers line.
I will admit, if you're willing to look for them, the G2 toys are actually really solid. Oh god, am I going to have to do platforming?
No, don't. I wouldn't try to jump that. Certainly not in promo mode.
No, that's...
Beast mode might be able to make it, but if you die, don't blame me.
I'm not going to attempt this. This is too much.
Though it does almost seem like that's where they want you to go. I'm very, very uncertain on it. Yay, you made it!
Oh god.
I would have loved it if I'm like, yay, you made it. And then you just narrowly miss it right as I say that. You know, the ant jumping and like curling.
Holy
like
crap,
that
I can actually...
reminds me of a much better game. Yeah, hey Dave, you ever play Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes, I love that game.
It's a good one.
Dude, like Banjo-Kazooie, I remember my cousin had that game.
You turned into like a termite in the first level and you could jump. This back when Rare was at the top of the game.
Back when Rare wasn't owned by Sony and bullshit.
They're not owned by Sony.
Microsoft, whatever. Sorry, like, it's kind of a... Sorry, I forget Microsoft is even a thing in games anymore.
That's true. The Xbox One is not so hot, near as I can tell.
Well, okay, sorry Xbox fanboys and the guy who really likes Maker.
That one person.
That one person.
Who is coincidentally subscribed to us.
That... If he subscribed to us, I want to say...
Thank you for your subscription. We're very sorry that you feel the need to unsubscribe.
Yeah. That one person who uses Maker as a streaming service.
Alright, so I have a legit game design question right now. You have a score in the top right corner of the screen. Why?
I don't know. And I'm trying to figure out... Am I supposed to wait for anything?
Okay, so that's a platform as far as I can tell.
Alright, I'll transform and maybe I'll jump to it, I think.
I don't think you need to jump to it per se. It's coming over... Oh man, the collision.
Alright, I gotta wait for it.
I got a couple of friends who work in QA for certain game companies. I'm sure they would have words about this game.
I can't imagine. The reason I bring up like Beast Wars was that not a lot of what it was done for Beast Wars compared to G1. There wasn't a lot of material out there comparatively. Like there wasn't like a huge Beast Wars comic book series that lasted a long time. But that's because like a lot Marvel, DC stopped doing licensed comics in a major way back then. Marvel was going through its own troubles at the time. They were interesting.
I've heard things said that. So, like, one of the reasons why Marvel vs. Capcom has such an eclectic cast of characters, like freaking Shuma Gorath. Jump! Yeah!
I did it!
He did it. Is because at the time Marvel wasn't doing so hot, and they were just told Capcom, like, do whatever.
Genuinely, that's a bit of it. It was also like...
And that's why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is kind of sucky, is because, like, because Marvel's, you know, owned by Disney at this point, the evil corporate overlords are like, it must be this, this, and this, and out in time for Thor Ragnarok.
Actually, one of the big problems is Disney just tends to...
Whoa, what's going on?
I teleported, and I'm here.
Oh, man, I thought you exploded.
I am here.
You still look like yours. Ooh, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, no.
So you're somewhere, and you're getting shot at by guns.
I hate the way shooting is done in this game.
Because no, this is terrible. It lacks, you know, Mega Man Legends I really like quite a bit, but even that, it's a little bit clunky. But this takes the cake.
Well, the big problem with this game is this. This is clear.
I saw that coming, and I didn't want to say anything.
I know.
But you saw it coming too.
This mission is just awful.